Hey guys, VictorTheVan here. Is Deadly Swipe too strong? A lot of players are saying it whether they play daggers or not. Now, one of the things SBI has tried to do these past few patches to fix this issue is make some inadvertent changes to parts of the platelet build to curb the damage without necessarily touching Deadly Swipe. But even so, I think it might still be a little too strong. Time for a rundown. Now, patch 2 of the Road to Avalon update in August saw SBI get rid of the scaled healing for potions, and change emergency heal on Guardian Helmet from 10% to 12% to compensate for the healing no longer scaling with healing modifiers. This was probably done to cut some of the healing powers to daggers while trying not to hurt tankier builds. With patch 3 on September 3rd, they nerfed Shadow Edge stun duration from 1.47 seconds to 1 second, trying to pull back some of the dagger strength without having to move in on Deadly Swipe. But then, lo and behold, on September 9th, just 2 days ago, patch 4 arrived. Healing potions took another hit, gutting healing duration from 15 seconds to 10 seconds. And even though the value per second stays the same, that's 5 seconds less or 5 stacks of healing less. Not a great change in my book. And Guardian Helmet also suffered another nerf. Emergency heal's cooldown was increased from 30 seconds to 40 seconds, and the percentage healing was replaced with a flat 150 healing, independent of the caster's max health. But hey, they finally looked at Deadly Swipe, or Q2 as it's commonly referred. It got an energy cost from 3 to 6, and Bloodthirsty Blade for one-handed daggers saw its additional magic damage versus players dropped from 60 to 50. Now, while I agree with some of the ideas behind these changes, I think that changing the nature of emergency heal's heal from percentage to a flat number and increasing its cooldown might be a bit too far. And even with the cost increase to Q2, its overbearing strength is still present. The dagger line is a problem that's not just isolated to corrupteds either, and the sustain is only part of the problem. Daggers practically have a get out of jail free card even with this nerf. Not only does it offer damage in quick succession, but the high mobility and passive stacking leads to more damage, which means more healing, and that happens with or without emergency heal. There are just too many options available to an offensive class of weapons that I think should be more fight or flight. Now, I have a few ideas on how they should fix the Q2 problem. First, they should revert emergency heal back to a lower percentage. The nerfs might have hurt tank builds more than they intended to. And I also think that they should decrease the amount of time you keep your stacks, making Q stacking harder to maintain. If they fall off sooner, then that gives opponents a larger window for outplays. They should also increase Q2 cooldowns that decrease when used on a player. Make the mobility aspect cost more. If dagger players want to use Q2 to catch up, then they should pay with a longer cooldown. And if they manage to make contact, then they should be rewarded with a shorter cooldown on their next Q. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the dagger line, but one of the downfalls of corrupted dungeons is the lack of diversity in builds. I understand that SBI doesn't want to get rid of Q2, and I don't think anyone's asking them to. It just needs some fine tuning to make it less dominating when there are so many other fun builds to play and content to experience. And hey, that's just my opinion on these recent changes to Guardian Helmet and Daggers. Is Q2 too strong? What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.